People need to just get off Atlanta's ass about this Lamar Jackson situation. Everyone has speculated that Atlanta was going to be the chosen one. Now that Atlanta has taken themselves out, people want to whine and complain about why this team didn't want to go all in on Lamar Jackson. I'm going to explain to you why. And it's really simple. You just follow the Atlanta Falcons.
Michael and Kevin back with you. Breaking news here on SportsCenter. Chris Mortensen reporting Matt Ryan has agreed to a 5-year extension with the Falcons that makes him the first $30 million per year quarterback with $100 million guaranteed, according to league and team sources.
Mike Garafolo, as we told you at the top of the show, likely could happen today. Matt Ryan has been traded to the Colts, everybody.
And by trading him, they ended up eating $40.5 million in salary cap. Combined with Julio Jones, you're over $60 million dead. That's it. So Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot had to take the low road, go get a Marcus Mariota, and start filling the roster with depth. Now, all these same people that are whining about the Falcons not taking Lamar Jackson are the exact same people that said the Falcons wouldn't win more than 3 games.
4 teams that'll probably be competing for playoff berths. Loss. 4 losses, the cost to end the season. Listen, best case scenario, Mariota becomes the new Ryan Tannehill, the guy who replaced him in Tennessee. This team goes on a little bit of a run. Worst case is Matt Ryan was a lot better than we gave him credit for, and this team struggles. As you see, I'm taking the latter. I think this is going to be a tough year for the Atlanta Falcons.
5.5. I'm sorry I didn't go 5 wins for you guys. I think 4 would be sufficient. And let's get ready to see exactly what you can do in next year's draft.
The Falcons went 7-10 with Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder. They were last in total defense. Last. They were last in sacks. They were last in pressures. The Atlanta Falcons defense was very bend and sometimes break. But what they pieced together by the end of the year started showing signs of improvement. So now that the Falcons have roughly $60 million in cap space, now's the time to start filling the voids they've needed for years. The last good defensive end they had was John Abraham. Now, with the exception of Grady Jarrett, that line is still pretty bad. Arnold Ebiketie showed some signs that he may be able to take a step up this year. But honestly, there's no one on the end that anyone in the league fears. And there's your problem. The Falcons hold the number 8 draft pick. Now, in order to get even into the talks with Lamar Jackson, they would have to give up the number 8 pick and their pick in 2024 just to get a seat at the table.
The non-exclusive tag, which comes with a salary offer of salary tender, of $32 million for this upcoming season, allows Jackson to communicate with other teams. Now, the Ravens have the right to match. If they don't, they get 2 first-round picks in return.
Then you have to offer Lamar Jackson a contract. That contract that you will be doing with him and his mother. Not an agent, no lawyers. Him and his mother are going to sit down and negotiate with you. There's a big problem why many teams aren't interested in negotiating with Lamar Jackson. For the Falcons to give up $200 million guaranteed over, you name the years, 5 years, $250 million, with something along the lines of what Deshaun Jackson got, but he wants more. The Falcons would once again tie themselves up in cap hell, have the 31 ranked defense, and not have any money to go after any free agents that may be able to groom a lot of these young players that they've drafted that show a lot of signs. Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Arnold Ebiketie. All these are young players that could easily use a mentor to step in and help them go to the next level. The Falcons need to use that cap money to solidify this team. They have big needs. When you see needs on a draft board, these aren't just needs. These are demand. You must get a pass rushing defensive end. It's got to happen. You're not going to be competitive without the pass rush. So why would anyone think the Atlanta Falcons would dive into this other than the fact that Michael Vick came from the Falcons? That's all I can think of. That's the only reason that it would make sense for Atlanta to even consider this. But when you have the worst defense in the NFL and you now have $60 million for the new GM and the new coach to go shopping, you don't blow it all on a quarterback that is going to break the bank and isn't going to have the ball because the defense is going to be on the field for 20 minutes out of the game. You're going to break the bank for a quarterback who won't even touch the ball for 40 minutes of the game because the defense is so bad that they're constantly on the field, and your $250 million quarterback is sitting his ass over on the bench waiting to get a chance. That's why Matt Ryan has more comeback victories than pretty much anybody in NFL history. Because he wasn't on the field very often. The defense would just allow teams to grind them for 35 to 40 minutes a game. Fix that. That needs to be fixed before anything else. So in closing, leave the damn Falcons alone. Find somebody that wants to spend all that money on Lamar Jackson and negotiate with him and his mom for $250 million. Or whatever he asks for, $200 million. Once you pass 2 commas, it doesn't even matter at that point. You really need somebody that knows what they're doing to negotiate that for you. And unfortunately, Lamar, he doesn't want that. So we'll see where this goes. But leave the Falcons alone.